Let's talk about drone transport in this episode of Geek with Glasses. Stay tuned. All right, so what I have here is the ManFrotto D1 Drone Backpack. So let's take a look around and see what types of storage options that we have with this bag. As you can see, it's a pretty big bag. There's actually a lot of really cool storage in here. One of the reasons that I chose this bag over some of the other manufacturers' bags to carry my drone was this really big oversized pocket that they have on the top, which is absolutely perfect for you to store a camera or lenses or any other extra stuff that you may want. Unfortunately, I'm using my main SLR to shoot this, but I've already tested this with the largest glass that I have on it, and it fits perfectly in here along with the drone. But as you know, just to show, I've got my little vlogging camera here. I can set that in there and you can see it's a ton of space. You know, this takes up a fraction of that top space so that you can store things in. So that's one of the really cool pluses that this bag actually has to offer. So let's take a look at the main compartment for your drone. Pull this aside. You can open up the main big compartment here, and as you can see, we've got plenty of storage in here. So your drone will sit in here. You've got a bunch of storage compartments. Controller goes up here, dedicated spot for propellers to go into or anything else. One of the big complaints online is that these battery spots right here for 2 additional batteries, they don't fit the Phantom 4 battery. The Phantom 4 battery is a lot wider than the Phantom 3 battery. So these are dedicated specifically for your batteries, but they don't fit. And there's some people that have gone out and done some mods where they've cut these and restitched them to make the Phantom 4 batteries fit within them. But you know what I use these for? These are perfect to store my power brick and extra cords. And I put my batteries in this little side pouch, so it's not a problem whatsoever for me. Outside of the main pouch for storage, and there's tons and tons of room in there, this also has a really nice mobile capability to just dash your drone real quick and move from spot to spot to get a shot. So if you open this front pouch up, there's these little clasps that go around, and basically what you can do is you can put your drone in here, put this over and clasp it, your propellers sit outside, and you can move from place to place to get your shot, and I'll show you that in just a second. The other thing is, if you don't, it's quick access to get to whatever you have in this front storage pouch. Like I said, I've got my propellers in there for now. The other thing is 2 relatively large side pouches that go down almost the length of the bag. You can see they come down here, so you can slide an umbrella in here or maybe a water bottle or anything else that you may want to put in the sides. And there's one on both sides of the bag for that. So you can see you got plenty of room there. Then you've got a very large compartment for your electronics. So you can fit a 17-inch laptop in there, and it has a dedicated pouch right here for your iPad. It'll support up to an iPad mini with its case on. I'm not sure what else will fit in here, but a 7-inch tablet or smaller will fit in here with no problem. If you got a bigger one, just slide it in there if you're not carrying your laptop. So let's fill this bad boy up. Let's put the drone in it and take a look at it with everything physically in the bag as opposed to your standard DJI cooler. So take this out. All right, so I have my extra battery that I go ahead and I just put in this little side pocket, and you can see you can very easily fit 2 batteries in these side pockets. So you could get 4 batteries amongst these 2 side pockets, and technically you could get 6 if you use this top pouch. One thing I forgot to mention in the last segment in the tour of the bag is that this bag also comes with a couple of latches for the outside of the bag so that you can attach these to some of the loops that are on the outside of the bag. There's one here, there's some on the sides, and then on the shoulder brackets, as well as a waterproof pouch to go over the bag. So if you're transporting and you're walking through the rain, you can put this on the outside of the bag, which is waterproof, and it'll keep water out from getting into the bag and potentially ruining any of your electronics. That comes in that pouch. Obviously, configure it as you wish. You could put that pretty much anywhere. Let me put that back in there. As you can see, these are Velcroed in, so these are completely configurable. You can put these anywhere in the bag that you would like them to go. They just have Velcro right on the sides, and they're in a configuration specifically to fit the Phantom right out of the box. So the way I do this is I take my controller out, and I have my controller in the top section, kind of pushes over. I take my iOS cable for my controller and my tablet and I throw that in there as well. Nice big pouch. There's plenty of room in here. You can push this over and there's lots of room to put other stuff. You could put a camera lens in there. If you didn't have the room up in the top, there's plenty of room. So the way this stores is it goes in and face down with the engines down. You just pop that in and the drone is stored in the bag and good and safe. One thing that I did notice that I'm not real happy about, but I've solved the problem with $8, is the fact that when you put this down in the bag, your engines are being pushed up against the bag. For $8, I went on to Amazon and I found these little cups to go over to protect all these little quick releases and any of the plastic prongs that are on these engine bits. And you know, for $8, I think that's a good little peace of mind as opposed to just shoving it down into the bag. So, propellers, I already have my main Phantom propeller set right here in the little storage. I can pop that in, put in the rest of the propellers, zip that up there. I have, let's see, my power brick, which, you know, I'm going to be traveling actually next week, so I intend to take the power brick. If it's just a quick day trip, you know, you're going out to fly around, you don't necessarily need your power brick, but I found that this fits perfectly right inside the brick. So, a little bit tight, but it fits. And you pull the strap over the top and Velcro that in. And again, this cord can go pretty much anywhere. I just shove it in the other one over here. Pop that in there. I've got my extra cables. I got my paperwork. Got my extra cables, and I have an extra SSD card. That can go right in there. These cables can go right along inside these little pouches. You know, basically any way you want. You can configure it and store. There's plenty of room inside the bag. You can shove those up in there. And then your iPad. So once we have the gist of everything, we can go ahead and close this up. Zip it up. Then we can pick up the top here. And we'll put our iPad, goes directly in. So that'll slip right in there. It looks like you could actually fit, not necessarily the iPad Pro, but you could probably fit a standard iPad in there as well, maybe without a case. Not exactly sure. The other thing is, you know, if I wanted to keep my manuals with me, there's plenty of space inside the main storage compartment. There you have it. You have everything you need, plus plenty of storage for any additional stuff in your bag. Again, I'll go ahead and just pop this camera in here. And let's take a look at what the bag looks like and feels like. Obviously, it does have adjustable straps. The shoulder straps are fully adjustable with the top pieces here. You do have a chest strap, and the cool part is you have very nice padded waist straps as well for comfort. So let's pop this on. Take a look. I've already sized it. I've actually used this past weekend. I wore it for a couple of hours while I was walking around downtown Charlottesville, and I can tell you that the bag is extremely comfortable. These shoulder pads that are big on the hip do take a lot. I've made multiple comments to my wife that when the drone is in there, even with my big heavy SLR, you can't tell that you have that much weight. You pick it up and it's like, wow, this is pretty heavy, but when it's on your back, you can barely feel it. So there you go. That's a look at the ManFrotto D1 Backpack. And again, fully adjustable. Those straps that I showed you that are inside, you know, you can strap those on any of these loops on the pads or on the straps here, or anywhere on the sides, and on the back there's a spot for a tripod to take it with you. It's a great bag. I absolutely love it. Obviously, there's a lot of issues with the battery slots, and hopefully ManFrotto will update the bag and make those a little bit wider so that the Phantom 4 batteries can fit in there. But other than that, it's a great bag to take all of your gear with you and have the ability to travel. This might actually be better if it was in something that had a zipper. And one final thing I wanted to show as well, if you are traveling with the bag, it does have on the back here a suitcase strap. So if you're traveling through the airport and you have a roll-on bag that you're traveling with, you can slide that in the handle and not have to wear this and kill your back walking through the airport. Anyways, thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think in the bottom. I know the Low Pro, I can't remember, the 450 I think is the number, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know the Low Pro is a big contender for this space and it has a little bit harder of an exterior. I went with this one just because I like that extra storage that the top piece had, and I was willing to put the batteries elsewhere besides those little battery pouches, and that's why I picked this one up. They're both around the same price. But let me know what you think in the comments section below, and let me know which bag you have if you have one and what you like about it. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in the next video.